And his punter, Ethan Evans, going to send this one away. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And it's going to be the third-year quarterback leading the charge. Winner of double-digit games in each of his first 2 seasons, Bo Nix.
At his best, Bo Nix is a point guard facilitating an offense, getting that ball in and out of his hands as quickly as possible, but don't you dare sleep on his legs, because he will hurt you with his athleticism too. And oh, by the way, did I mention a maturity well beyond his years?
The Broncos had their eye on that play clock, and before it expires, they call a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Opening play, and Bo will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Looking to his back to start this one. So back to the huddle now for 2nd down.
It's a quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he used all the space he had. Got him around 8. That sets up 3rd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now Nix. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. Bringing them out to one of the league's all-time leading passers. Captured his first MVP award last season. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle Father Time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. We're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. First carry now for Kyron Williams. He's going to manage 13 yards here before going down. That picks them up the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
1st and 10, offense going 3 tight ends to the left. Stafford. Passing quick here with the pass rush, fast enough to match it. On him in time to alter that throw. It falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Stafford now. That's on target. Puka Nacua. And they'll get to him here. Play finally put to an end after about 15 yards gained, and they got that first down too.
First down, Rams.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On second down, they're running with Williams. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
And they come up empty on that third down. Would have been good for the first, but couldn't hang on through that hit. It is fourth down. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up because of a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is
to win it. As the Broncos go back on offense, we take a look at Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula. Of course, the Shula name quite famed in coaching circles. His grandfather, the Hall of Famer Don Shula, both his father David and Uncle Mike, NFL coaches as well. And for Chris, this is his third season as the DC in LA. Chris will give here to Dobbins. He's got room to roam. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 40. That's good.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up first and 10 from the 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Working on second down. Nix. And can't find a connection on second down. That incompletion means it is third down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Nix. Complete beyond the marker. They get a lot out of this play. 21 yards before the tackle is finally made. And that'll earn the Broncos a new set of downs.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
From the red zone on first. That's cut at the 4. And there it is. Touchdown Broncos. Troy Franklin, a 17-yard score. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And that's good for a 7-0 lead.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. The Rams headed back after their second drive now. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Stafford. Quick slant, taken in by Nakua. And they've got a 1st down. Give them a gain of 13 on that previous play.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. A handoff for Williams, running left. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. To throw, Stafford. And it's going to end up an incomplete pass, partner, so that brings up 3rd down.
That's a pretty cool look right there. But the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. And that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
Air it out on 3rd. Hitting this throw is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. No time to make that pass. Lucky he got rid of it at all, but that's 4th down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going. That incompletion won't help.
He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Absolutely fires this one right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We got 2nd down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
So at the 20, here's 2nd and 10. Running left, it's Dobbins. Has good room at the 35. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
For a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Options aplenty out wide. 5 receivers set here on 3rd and long. Here's Nix to throw. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and third downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time the plant was closed.
Brings it in at the 12. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. It's out close to the 30. As the Rams go back on offense, there you see Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. His guys with an early lead to defend exactly what they were hoping for. Now's the time to follow through, get this stop. Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford back to throw. And he's going to go down. They haul him to the turf at the 21. It was Talanoa Hufanga on the blitz. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Broncos out in front. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Now Stafford to throw. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
3rd and long for him here. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense. They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you checked down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. They run. Here's Dobbins. And they're going to bring him down, but 8 was enough. They got what they needed. 1st down coming.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
This one's caught. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Denver. Extra point try now from Lutz. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And now lead by 14 points.
14. Rams nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Rams set to go on offense once more. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Bronx. The deficit at 14. Going wide receiver run to start this series. And you take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Up the gut they go with Williams. All right, It's short on marker for the moment, but they've got third and short coming up from their own 44.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's Stafford. This throw is going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the result's fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
He'll get it at the 9. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. So here comes the Bronco offense. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Now a 2nd down throw for Nix. Downfield, this finds Waddle. He's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. Big gain for Denver. 32 yards.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Next to throw on 2nd. Connects on the crosser. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Okay, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Dobbins. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's another for it. And this time he's in.